Hi kids, let's continue sums from exercise 23. Let's go to question number 23. A man on a top of a vertical observation tower. Let's draw the tower. Say for example, this is a tower. A man is over here. He observes a car moving at a uniform speed coming directly towards him. He saw the car coming towards him, towards the tower. Okay. If it takes 10 minutes for angle of depression to change from 30 degree to 45 degree. So the first angle of depression is 30 degree. So this will become 30 degree. From this the car moved till over here. Okay. So the next angle of depression would be till here. So this is 45 degree and this will become 45 degree. Okay. How soon after this will the car reach the tower? Car was over here. It came till here. Now how long will it take for the car to reach the tower? Now what information is given to you? If it takes 10 minutes for angle of depression to change from 30 degree to 45 degree, that means when a car was, say this is A, B, C and this is D. When a car was at point D, it took 10 minutes to reach to point C. Okay. Now give the answer to the nearest second. You have to calculate the time taken by the car to reach the tower C. That means you have to find CB, the time taken when the car leaves from C and reaches B. Come on, now since the time is not given, let's say that let the time taken by the car to move from C to B be T seconds. Okay. Now here it is taking 10 minutes, here it is taking T seconds. So you will have to change the minutes to seconds. So time taken by car to move from D to C is 10 minutes. Now convert minutes to seconds. 1 minute is 60 seconds. So 10 minutes will be 10 into 60, which is 600 seconds. Okay. Do you know the speed of the car? No, the speed of the car. But they have given that the speed was uniform. Correct? So let the speed of the car be x meter per second. Okay. Now think and tell me what would be the distance covered at from D to C. So how do you find distance? Distance is speed into time. So what is the speed over here? X. And what is the time? 600. So we can say the distance is 600 x meter. Clear? So this becomes your 600x. What about over here? The speed is x. So distance from C to B. Okay. What is the speed? Speed is x. What is the time? It is t. So t into x, it would be tx. So here it becomes tx. This part is clear? Now let's find out. So first let's take up this smaller triangle which is ABC. Find tan 45. Tan 45 is AB upon BC. Correct? What is the value of tan 45? 1 is equal to, now any other information is given to you? No. So 1 is equal to AB upon TX. So AB is equal to TX. This is the first part that you got. So AB you got here as TX. Okay. Now coming to the next part. Now from in triangle ABD, okay. So in triangle tan 30 is equal to AB upon 600x plus tx. Correct? So, what is the value of tan 30? It is 1 upon root 3 is equal to AB upon 600x plus tx. Correct? Because this is the base. Cross multiply. So, AB is equal to 600x plus tx into root 3. Clear? So, we can say that AB is equal to 600x plus tx the whole upon root 3. This becomes the second equation. Correct? Now, how will you solve it? What was the first equation that you got? AB is equal to tx. So, tx is equal to, now here the value of AB will be same. So, tx is equal to 600x plus tx the whole upon root 3. Cross multiply. Root 3 tx is equal to, take common factor as x, 600 plus t. X and x gets cancelled. Now what is root 3t? Take this t to other side, minus t is equal to 600. Take common t, so you will get root 3 minus 1 is equal to 600. What is the value of root 3? The value of root 3 is 1.732. Correct? So, t into 1.732 minus 1 is equal to 600. Children, you know, we can solve it this way by taking the value of root 3. So, t will be 600 upon 0.732. But we have to make a calculation easier. So, instead of substituting the value, what we can do is, we can rationalize. It's difficult to do the division. You will waste more time. So, instead of this, I can just write it as t is equal to 600 upon root 3 minus 1. You have already learned rationalizing. So, what are you going to do? You are going to take the same number, but the sign would be different. So, root 3 plus 1, here also root 3 plus 1. Whatever you multiply in the denominator's place, same thing you multiply in the numerator's place. So, this is 600 into root 3 plus 1 upon. This is of the form a minus b into a plus b. Which identity will you use? A minus b into a plus b is a square minus b square. So, a square minus b square. So, this would be 600. Now, here you can substitute the value. What is the value of root 3? 1.732 plus 1, it would be 2.732. The whole upon root 3 into root 3 is 3 minus 1. Okay. So, root 3 minus 1, what value you will get? You will get 2. Now, it becomes easier. Multiplication is easier than division. When you solve this, you will get, so 2 decimal places you will shift, 273.2 into 3, 0.6, 9, 21 to 8. So, this becomes your time which has been taken. This is in seconds. 273.2 into 3. Okay, wait. So, we got 273 point this, we got the answer as 819.6 seconds. But shall we say, if your mother says, what, how long did you play? You will say, I played for 623 seconds. It sounds very weird. So, convert this into minutes. How do you convert the seconds to minutes? And the answer would be in seconds also. So, what you will do, you will divide it by, so time you will divide it by 60. Because 60 seconds make 1 minute. So, when you divide it, you will get 13.66. 13.66 means this is 13 minutes. Now, 66 is what? It is 2/3. So, 2/3 of 60 minutes. So, 2/3 of 60 minutes, that means it is 40 seconds. So, 13 minutes and 40 seconds approximately. Children, see, when I divided it, I got 13.66, but I cannot say the time taken was 13.66, right? It can't be decimal like way. So this you are writing it minutes. Now 0.66 is nothing but 2/3, 6667, right? And if it is 33, it is 1/3. So 2/3 of 60 seconds, which is 40 seconds. So the answer is 13 minutes 40 seconds. Let's go to question number 24, children. The angle of elevation of a stationary cloud. Stationary cloud, let's draw a cloud. Say this is a cloud. So I mark this point, okay. The angle of elevation of a stationary cloud from a point 25 meter above the lake is 30 degree. Say this is the angle of elevation. This is 30 degree, correct? Now from where? From a point which is 25 meter above the lake. So this point is 25 meter above the lake. So if this is 25, even this would be 25. Okay. Now the angle of depression of its reflection. Now if a cloud is over here, this is the lake. So the reflection would be over here. So the angle of depression of its reflection. So angle of depression would be this way. In the lake is 60 degree. This is 60 degree. Is this clear? See, I'll explain this. Diagram is very important. Draw a cloud just for reference, okay? From a point and the angle of elevation is 30 degree. I do the angle of elevation. Now this point was 25 meter above the lake. So this is the lake. So it is 25 meter above the lake. The reflection of the cloud is inside the lake. So that is angle of depression, which is 60 degree. Now let's assume that this height, this is the lake. So this height be h. If this is entire thing is h, this will become h minus 25. Why? Because this is 25, this entire thing is h, so it is h minus 25. What about the reflection? If this entire thing is h, the reflection will also be h, correct? Let's solve this now. So first let's write it A, B, C, D, and this is point E. Okay. So first tan 30. Tan 30 is h minus 25 upon AB. Correct? Opposite upon adjacent. What is the value for tan 30? 1 upon root 3 is equal to h minus 25 upon AB. So cross multiply. So you will get AB is equal to root 3 into h minus 25. This is the first part that I got. Okay. Now the next one. Let's take tan 60. Tan 60 is equal to, what is opposite? H, and this also 25. So it is h plus 25 upon, what is the base? Again AB. Okay, because this is right angle from here. So what is the value for tan 60? It is root 3 is equal to h plus 25 upon AB. So AB will be equal to h plus 25 upon root 3. This is equation 2. Now tell me, this base is same for both the tan. So the value should be same. So that means this two both should be same. So we can write it as root 3 into h minus 25 is equal to h plus 25 upon root 3. Correct? Since both the ABs are same. Now this root 3, take it to the other side. Okay. So root 3 into root 3 will become 3 into h minus 25 is equal to h plus 25. Clear? Now open the bracket. 3h minus 75 is equal to h plus 25. Okay. Now take h to this side. So 3h minus h is equal to 25 plus 75. 2h is equal to 100. So h is equal to 50. So what is the height? What is the height of the cloud above the lake level? It is 50 meter. Okay. Let's go to 25th question. The first one. A tar subtends an angle alpha at the same level. So say this is a tar. It subtends an angle alpha at the same level. So this is the same level, the foot of the tar. So this becomes angle alpha. Okay. So a tower subtends an angle alpha at the same level as foot of the tar and at a second point h meters above the first. So from here h meters above the first point. Okay. The depression of the foot of the tar. So if this is a tar, so the depression would be going downwards. Why? Because you are going to make the angle of depression like this. So you know that angle of depression is equal to angle of elevation. So this becomes beta. Okay. Now let's take this height, tower height as h and this as x. Okay. Let's solve this. So first you are going to take tan alpha. What is tan alpha? This triangle. It is h upon x. H upon x. Cross multiply x into tan alpha is equal to h. So x is equal to h upon tan alpha. This becomes your first part of the equation. Now let's go to the next one. Let's find tan beta. Tan beta, this triangle. So it is opposite h upon x. Again take it this way. So x into tan beta is equal to h. So x is equal to h upon tan beta. Now in the question, what do you need? You want that the height of the tar, that is this h, is equal to h into tan alpha into cot beta. Now you know that tan and cot are reciprocal. So this x you can also write is at h. Now 1 upon tan beta is cot beta. So this becomes your second equation. Now both the places the value of x, the base is same. So h upon tan alpha is equal to h into cot beta. You have to find the height. So h is equal to, take this to the other side, h into tan alpha into cot beta. This is what you have to prove. Okay. Let's go to question number 28. From a top of a hill, let's draw the hill. This is a hill. From a top of a hill, this is the top of the hill. The angle of depression of two consecutive kilometer stones. Two consecutive means one after the other. Say if I take based on the number, what is the consecutive number for 2? It is 3, the next number. So there were 2 stones and the distance between the stone was 1 kilometer. So angle of depression, let's make the first angle of depression. This is 30 degree. So this will become 30 degree. Because angle of depression is equal to angle of elevation. And the other one is 45 degree. This is 45 degree. So this will become 45 degree. Okay. So from the top of a hill, the angle of depression of 2 consecutive kilometer stones. So let's name this A, B, C, D. So these are the 2 stones. C and D are 2 stones and the distance between them is 1 kilometer. How did I get 1 kilometer? The depression of 2 consecutive, one after the other, kilometer stones. Kilometer stones means the distance, the difference is 1 kilometer. They are found to be 30 degree and 45 degree respectively. Find the distance of the stones from the foot of the hill. So what are you supposed to find? You have to find CB, the distance, and you have to find DB, the distance. Okay. So let's take this as h and this as x. Let's solve this. So first tan 45. Tan 45 in a smaller triangle is equal to h upon x. So 1 is equal to h upon x. Why? Because tan 45 is 1. So that means h is equal to x. This is your first equation. First part of the equation. Now let's take a bigger triangle. Tan 30 is equal to h upon 1 kilometer and x. So we can write it as x plus 1. What is the value for tan 30? 1 upon root 3 is equal to h upon x plus 1. Cross multiply, h root 3 is equal to x plus 1. Now what you can do is, this value of h you can substitute in this equation. Either you substitute h value or you substitute x value. It's up to you. So I will take, instead of h, I will take x. So this h I will substitute with x. So x root 3 is equal to x plus 1. Why did I take x? Because you have to find the distance. Okay. So now x root 3 minus x will be equal to 1. I took x this side. So I will take x common. Root 3 minus 1 is equal to 1. I took common. Now, in the previous sum I told you, I can make this as 1.732 minus 1, which will be 0.732. So, x is 1 upon 0.732. It is difficult to divide it. So, it's better that we rationalize it. So, x is equal to 1 upon root 3 minus 1. Rationalize it. So, it would be root 3 plus 1 and root 3 plus 1. So, this will become root 3 plus 1 upon a minus b into a plus b is a square minus b square, which is root of 3 square minus 1 square. Okay. So, this will become root 3 plus 1. X is equal to root 3 plus 1 upon root 3 square is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. Clear? Now we can substitute the value for root 3. Value for root 3 is 1.732 plus 1. It is 2.732 divided by 2. So you will get the answer 1.23 are 6, 1 2 6 are 12, 1 6. 1.366 kilometer. Why? Because the difference was in kilometer. So we can say that CB, this distance is 1.366 kilometer. What about DB? 1.366 plus 1. So this will become 2.366 kilometer. I hope it's clear, children. Come on, let's go to the next one. Let's go to the last question from this exercise. The 32nd question. The horizontal distance between two towers is 120 meters. Say if these are two towers, so the distance between them is 120 meter. Now let's check whether the towers are of the same size or not. The angle of elevation of the top and the angle of depression of the bottom of the first tower as observed of the second tower. That means they are not of the same size. So let this be the first tower. This distance is 120 meter and this be the smaller one. Okay. Either ways, you can make this small and this big. That is also fine. It does not matter. Okay. See. Okay. I'll make this like that. So this is a smaller height and this is a bigger height of the tower. The angle of elevation of the top and the angle of depression of the bottom of the first tower as observed from the second tower. Say this is my second tower. If I am observing this becomes my angle of elevation, which is 30 degree, and this becomes my angle of depression, which is 24 degree. So if this is 24 degree, even this would be 24 degree. Okay. Now find the height of the two towers and give your answer to significant figures. Now if this is 120, even this will become 120 meter. Correct? Now let's find it. So first one we will take tan 24 is equal to h upon 120. What is the value for tan 24? Tan 24 is 0.4452 is equal to h upon 120. So h is equal to 0.4452 into 120. You will get the smaller height. So smaller height you will get it as 53.4 meter. This you got it. So if this is h, even this was h, you have to find a bigger h, the bigger height. Now this first part is done. Now let's do tan 30. Tan 30 is, now if this entire thing is h and this is smaller h, so what would this be? This would be capital H minus small h, right? So this will become h minus h upon 120, the base. What is the value for tan 30? 1 upon root 3 is equal to h minus h upon 120. Cross multiply, so you will get h minus h is equal to 120 upon root 3. Rationalize it, into root 3 into root 3. So this will become 120 root 3 upon 3, which is 40 root 3. So that is 40 into 1.732. So 40 into 1.732 is 69.280 meter. So what did I get? I got this as 69.28 meter, and smaller h I got 53.4 meter. So what is capital H? So capital H would be adding both this 69.280 meter plus 53.4 meter. You will get the answer. So the answer is 122.7 meter. This becomes the height of the tan. I hope it's clear. Children, I have tried to cover maximum sums which are different so that your concepts are clear. Okay. One most important thing also I want to tell you is, whenever you are doing trigonometry and whenever you get division, so the easier way is to change it to multiplication level. Say for example, I say that tan any number, say tan 44, okay, 0.4452, the value which we just got, tan 24, okay, that is equal to say 108 upon AB. Say if I am getting this, so how do you generally do? You will do AB is equal to 108 upon 0.4452. This becomes difficult for you all to solve. Instead what you do, if complementary ratio, it is tan 90 minus what you will get as tan 24, you will get 6. Correct? Then you will get the value for tan 24. So tan 90 minus 66 can be written as cot 66. So now if you write cot 66, so what is cot 66? You can do it. Cot 66 is equal to say 108 upon AB. Okay, cot 66 is what? 1 upon tan 66 is equal to 108 upon AB. Now whatever value you get for tan, it's easier to multiply than to divide. Whenever you get anything where you are dividing it, convert the tan to cot by using complementary trigonometry ratio. 90 minus what you have to get 24. So 90 minus what you will do to get 24, that will become your cot. So what is cot? Cot is 1 upon tan. Now when you get the value for tan, it's easier to multiply. Remember that this would be helpful, because generally in heights and distance, children make mistake. You all make mistake in calculation. So avoid that. Okay. I end this video here, children. I hope the chapter is clear to you. Please stay connected for the rest of the chapters. Till then, bye, take care and God bless.